Thanks for staying with us. We've been discussing how we have been making sacrifices, the changes we're making because of the huge sums of money we're having to pay for fuel, for groceries, for different things. But now, what are the kind of sacrifices we'd like to see from our government? YK said earlier about all the multiple convoys that are following all our leaders. We need to see them reduce that because we know the price of fuel is expensive. So where are you finding the money to pay for this fuel? I mean, if you want tank 35K between Lagos and between Island and mainland, half tank it's already half tank. So how are they fueling this car? So these are some of the things Nigerians would like to see. But let me come to you. What are some other changes you'd like to see from our leaders?
I would, special advisor to special advisor. Senior assistant to special advisor.
Cost of governance.
Cost of governance has to come down. If you have special advisor, that's your work. You don't need any other assistants. Assistant to the assistant. Please, they should stop all that one. What do you call it? There's a word for it.
The convoy?
No, not the convoy. We have talked about convoy.
Yeah.
But it's so large. The people that are paying different salaries is so large. They need to reduce that so that we can see that. Because me, I've been sitting down thinking, how am I going to reduce my staff?
You have a lot, Abi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. But if I reduce them, they will now not have. I'm displacing them.
Exactly, YK. That's the issue these politicians have. Because the same way you feel, they don't want to disengage those guys working in Shrine because they need that job. These politicians sometimes feel like, all these are my constituent members, I just need to engage them somehow. So that assistant is because I'm also helping. I remember when my brother was trying to also run for, let's say, local government or something like that. He wasn't their chairman, no, he wasn't anything, no. But because he was just a known leader, they will come to his house to pay children's school fees, and their father just died. They are constantly coming for one need. So how does he empower people? These politicians sometimes feel that all these special advice they are saying is just to empower their political constituents. Sometimes that's what they do. So the same feeling you have,
if you are paying from your own pockets, your own personal pocket, you can go and employ special assistant from every single local government in Nigeria. That's your own business. Pay it from your pocket. But once you're paying from government pocket, you cannot empower people.
They won't listen, no. These Nigerians.
No.
Our people.
So
once you enter government, they feel like you have national cake. They have access. They will come to you. That's the problem. Yeah.
Yes. Politicians get appointment and they start receiving text messages
immediately,
reminding them of all their bills. The moment they announce you, the moment they announce you, even you never receive the letter of appointment, but the moment they announce it and they see the papers, everybody will start calling you, greeting you, reminding you. This season that we are in now, the expectations heavy on politicians.
Sorry, let me tell you, ordinary MC work that I do for Abuja, they say, me and president, we are doing chummy. I started getting how far now. Come on. Everybody here has to. I beg you. So ordinary small thing, they just automatically think, me and the president are having conversations.
Yes, now we all think that.
That's the problem. That's the Nigerian mentality. It's sad.
We are copying the U.S. democratic system, and I remember watching the interview from. Everybody that watched that interview, we were shocked when Obama and the First Lady, Michelle said that when they got into the White House, they realized that their food, there were meals that were covered by states, and there were meals not covered by states. There were parties covered by states, and parties not covered by states. Any extra that you are doing, you will pay from your pockets. So when you realize that people were hosting get-together, majority of those get-together were not powered by states, so they had to cut down on the hostings because the budget was coming on them and their salary was fixed. So when we are glorifying all those, what do I want my government to sacrifice? I want my governors and political office holders to stop getting extra code when they are traveling. The money, the dollars they are getting, all political, not ministry, civil service, everybody. If you are going on business trips, like they want to send you to travel and it is in the budget previously till now, from July, no training should be taking place outside Nigeria. Let us be trained within Nigeria because we are going to be saving a lot of effort. So that is one sacrifice that I want the president to say. Everybody from civil service to ministry to everybody.
Be trained in Nigeria.
All our trainings are done within Nigeria and we're not taking the money outside. Okay, effects that we're going to go, people get money to do their treatments abroad. It's legal right now. even our judges, our some hierarchy. It is in the law for them that they will get high-ranking officials get their treatments abroad paid for by the government. Okay, we have good hospitals in Nigeria. Our former vice president did a surgery right here in Nigeria. You can go to the several hospitals here to do your checkup. Don't carry dollar. So we don't have to do checkup abroad anymore.
Exactly.
Do it here.
So those are
sacrifice I want to see. I want to see them saying, I did my checkup here. I did my surgery here as a way to show. I'm not expecting them to start drinking Gary because it's very far. But do the little things within your car to let us know that you are also making the necessary sacrifices.
I think that is very critical. Those are what Nigerians will see today and begin that, yes, they are also making sacrifices.
The big cars that they are using. Because these are new cars that we see them driving.
Don't change
Stop it.
Yes.
Stop buying new cars.
Even the old governors that have gone, they should hand over their old cars to the new governors. Now, why they're not handing over?
The cars are supposed to be government property. And so after your position, you relinquish it. So let's differentiate it, because I know some of them would say, if I was working in Shell or I was working in Chevron at this level, this is what I'll be getting. But that's a private company and a private organization. If you have chosen to serve, you must understand that you must serve in humility. You must serve in sacrifice. That's the meaning of that word.
Sacrifice.
Service. So you are here. You are the one that said you wanted to contest for whatever political position.
Begged you.
Nobody begged you. You chose to serve your people. So serve. You see those field. You know why most of them don't feel the impact of the field when we're looking for field up and down? Because the government makes provision for them to get it. They load tankers and, buckets for them, for their fuel. You should buy your fuel with your own hard-earned money. So if you're driving like that SUV...
But you have going on an official trip, Uncle?
See, so hold on.
From salary now?
So it's from your salary. That's one. Secondly, we should make provision. No, hold on.
No, but they give them transport allowance.
So, for example, I am a lawmaker and I'm supposed to go and supervise what they're doing.
Government covers that.
Government
covers that, yes. But to be giving you fuel for your personal cars, you're buying your
take your children to school,
your electricity, paying for your electricity bills, taking your children to school, all of those extras,
all the nannies,
all your nannies,
newspaper allowance.
Yes. What are you reading? Go online. You have data. Go online and read it there, or use your physical. You've been buying papers since I've known you on this show. Your own paper. You don't even wait for the one TDC supplies us. YK buys our own paper. Buy your own paper so that you understand. If you stay in that filling station, you queue for that fuel. You pay that amount of money. You fill your tank like I do twice a week. You will understand what we're saying. So those are some of the sacrifices we want them. We want them to show that we understand and we are here with you. We should also make provision for buses, for our ministers and our commissioners and our governors. They should have staff buses. You don't have to drive luxury cars all the time, clog the road because everybody has their car on to go for official duty. They should have buses. You should be humble.
They don't. I remember my commissioner. Wait, let me give you information. I know.
When Amosun was governor.
How many of them?
I'm just saying, I witnessed that one.
When they are going for official assignment together, they have buses. I know my own commissioner, I work commissioner for education, for former commissioner of Lagos State. She was visiting schools every single Wednesday. From the moment she entered office till she left, every Wednesday, with her own car, with the official car. So whether you like it or not, they still need an official car for work because they gave her an official car, which was going to school to visit and impromptu visits. So they still need official cars.
One car, not like 7.
But we don't need to be changing our car
every 4 years.
No, we change every year. We update yearly, and then we change laptops. We do all. There are many expenses that we make.
But what we need, Tokwe, is a proper. What we even need,
because we need operations.
What we need is a
continue.
What
is extra that I've said?
What we even need is what you said earlier. We need a proper system in place for all these things. Recently, should I mention it? Where I was in an event, there was an event that happened recently, and everything scattered. There was a lot of fights going on. Oh, you don't do this. This person doesn't know. They're fighting. And when I realized the problem is that there was no system onto who does what. How much is given? How do we decide who is the winner? How do we decide who is the loser? What are the metrics or the rubric we're using to determine? Every single thing should be systematic. So that as you enter office, just like you said, Obama was saying that I have state-funded budget and I have personal-funded budget. Everything should be documented, what you get, what you don't get. And even those that you get, we need to trim it. We need to begin to trim all these extra, their extra costs, the newspaper allowances, their nannies, their drivers.
You know that their State House of Assembly place where they sit down. You know it has plenty light. They should switch some off.
No, like, they need light to read.
They had major issues. It's not just a year or two ago that they had a breakdown.
Oh, I have Kelechi. I have to pause you. He's been holding for a minute. Sorry. Okay. I'm so sorry, Kelechi. Thanks for calling. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm really sorry.
Sorry.
There's room for maintenance. In businesses, you have operational costs. Then you cut down anything that is not bringing in money.
Yeah.
So somebody came to meet me on Monday that he wants to get a job. And I said, what do you want to do? You want me to employ you? What can you do for me? Because if your presence in my office is not bringing me money, then you are an expense. I will dispense with you. I need to find a way that everybody is being productive. So that's the way we will look at our country as a whole, that what would aid production? Trading abroad does not aid production. It gives you exposure, but doesn't aid production. And most of the people that are going for this training, they've gone last year, they've gone 2 years ago.
We've not seen the difference.
What are we doing? When we cut off, and the president has told us, all of us, that there's a huge sacrifice. The first, after they removed, you know, when he said subsidy is gone, and there was a lot of backlash, I remember reading that full article here, when he explained that he understands this is going to be a sacrifice for the country.
Tough one.
I would like a corresponding, now, this is the sacrifice we are going to make as a government. I would like him to give us that information and say, we are cutting this. In reaction to the sacrifice Nigerians are making, we are also making these 10 sacrifices. And this is the cost that it will implement. This is the cost we are saving. So in metrics, and I don't think it's the president that should do that. We have the secretary, the SGF. That's the former speaker of the House of Assembly.
No, that was the chief of staff.
Chief of staff, SGF. The mix between the three key staff that he appointed in the first
kitchen cabinet.
They should let us know how much are you advising the president to save, and how much, and give us that statement as a nation, so that when all of us are buying that fuel, paying for that transportation, we will know that our government too may sacrifice.
See, this your foreign training thing that you said is a huge budget. Yeah. If I give you a clue, the kinds of trainings. I've been for events where people are saying like their entire objective in life is to go and get training abroad. Everything they've worked for as a civil servant, that is just to get that international training.
The icing on the
cake. It's the icing on the cake. Yeah. So we need to really bring it back home.
It's not a problem.
It's not a problem if you can afford it personally.
No, if you are in surplus, Murayo, people say if you've served this country for 25 years or 20 years, and at this level of service, you are due for training, that shouldn't be a problem. I'm not begrudging you.
But we don't have that.
But I'm saying we cannot, as a nation now. We can't afford it.
Because one of the reasons we cannot afford it, aside from the fact that I want to cut the budget, you know, everybody's tightening belts, is the fact that all the ones people have been training since, we have not seen a difference. We have not seen a difference. Because if it was really working, Nigeria would not be where it is today. So let's put a stop and a pause on that. Let's look inwards. Medical care.
Keep going for training.
Medical care.
Money.
Even our president should be treated here. Everybody should be here right now. We're trying to conserve.
Let me take Kelechi. Kelechi is back. Let me take Kelechi. Good morning, Kelechi. Thanks for calling.
I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, go ahead. I need some volume. Go ahead.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay. Well, let me put it this way. You see, our president is just being unnecessarily sentimental. He is not serious about that statement. If he was serious, he would have started with himself. Buhari for 8 years told us that he knows what Nigeria is doing, but he never made any sacrifice as regards to that. P2B, when he was in government, P2B said something. P2B cut down unnecessary expenses in the government house. He said that when I was a governor, he said, if you invite me to a location, I'm coming all alone, and I will stay in an average hotel. I'm not coming with special advisors to deal with this person, with this message. He said it will be costing so much on the state post. I don't need all that. So you understand? So our government is not making any sacrifice. You know, it's like what it is. Hello?
Thank you very much, Kelechi. And that's exactly what this show is talking about this morning. We must see the sacrifices on the side of government, as we are also as citizens deciding to make sacrifices. We have to wrap up.
The former president traveled to England for 3 months. His plane was parked at the airport for that 3 months. And they pay, I think it's something like $40,000, a huge amount of money per day. Parking, because to park a plane, it's not like...
You're taking Do you know how many?
So
acres?
then, if we even do it the one here, because the ones that they are packing here too, it's chopping money.
Yeah.
They are paying.
So-
So all those are the kind of expenses that we are talking about. They are just
And that's what weakens our naira.
yeah, frivolous.
All these expenses.
Yes, they should do away with frivolity. Someone here is saying they should start buying innocent cars.
Exactly.
That's what they should do.
For
The
government.
money comes here.
Yeah.
The money
That's it.
stays within
Absolutely.
the country.
Why you not-
You know, so when you are buying,
We have to run.
I won't
we
say
have to
president
run.
cannot go for international.
we are
President
running
can
to-
say,
can I
I'm going
take
for my
one
medical
tweet?
trip,
Why?
but I am paying for it from my money. And he says it openly, and we know, we believe it.
We have to see
On-
examples that we want to
Please,
use.
let me
We have
take
to
this
start
tweet.
from the beginning.
Honorable
We have to
Ademola
start
says-
with the
We have
head.
to run.
We
Look, can I
cannot
quickly
take
take
them
this?
from
You
here.
guys should understand the pressure on those people who are in positions of service. They serve the people, and the pressure that comes with the job is enormous.
Wow.
There are perks that also come with the job, and for me, it should be properly reviewed.
Okay, we have to wrap up on this, but I think in a nutshell, the truth is that the sacrifice is the word of the season. From the presidency to the governors, to the local government, to the senators, to the lawmakers, we are all sacrificing. The people too are sacrificing, and we want to see that across the board. Everybody must sacrifice. And if Nigerians, the current administration has a huge burden of buying back trust from the people. And in buying back trust, we must see that you're doing as you are saying. That's all we can take on this segment. When we come back, we'll bring in our guests. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.